So Vacheron Constantin are celebrating 270 years of continuous production this year. And as a result, they've released these. These two, I don't have the words to describe how beautiful these new models are. So let's get into the details. Let's talk about these two models, and let's begin with the history of the overseas collection, because it's quite important for the full picture. In the 1970s, in the luxury watch industry, there was a huge sporty boom, and the first ever 222 reference came in 1977. This was created for the brand's 222nd anniversary, and soon after came the overseas. The birth of the overseas happened in 1996, and this was the direct successor to that brilliant 222. The first generation was sporty, water resistant to 150 meters, and had a distinctive notched bezel inspired by the Maltese cross. The second generation of the overseas came in 2004, and they completely redesigned the case. There were sharper lines, more contemporary sizing, and an updated bracelet, not to mention a ton of other stuff. And then we get to the third generation in 2016. In 2016, Vacheron revamped the overseas collection entirely and modernized everything, while adding a pretty incredible quick change strap system. This allowed you to have multiple straps on the one watch, and it also revolutionized the overseas to be the traveler's timepiece. The 2016 update also brought in-house movements and Geneva seal finishing, and it also refined the proportions that balanced sporty and elegant aesthetics. Fast forward through tons of new overseas models, and we get to these two brand new overseas Perpetual calendar ultra thins. And before we even start going on about the specs, that burgundy dial, sweet mother of God. So let's begin with these specs before we dive into what the Perpetual calendar actually is and all the kind of stuff that you need to know. These models both come in at 41.5 millimeters in diameter and 8.1 millimeters in thickness. They have a lug-to-lug of around 49 millimeters, and before I even go any further, 8.1 millimeters in thickness in a Perpetual calendar movement is insane. Is absolutely unheard of, is absolutely magical. And it just makes the proportions of this watch on the wrist to die for. I've never worn a watch in my life that felt the same as this. It is seriously, to me, so exciting. Now, there are two new variants here, so let's save the best until last. We'll get onto that in a second. Let's begin with this, the new 18 karat 5N pink gold. So this entire case and bracelet is in pink gold. When you pick this watch up, you can seriously feel the heft to it. It is so heavy, it's unbelievable. The dial is in a golden tone, and the moon phase disc and moon phases are in 18 karat 5N pink gold as well. And so are the hour markers, minutes, counter hands, and everything else. The bracelet has a self-interchangeable system integrated into it, and it also has an easy fit system. With specifically the gold version, you do get a couple of strap options. So you do have a white rubber strap, you have a dark blue rubber strap, and then you have the bracelet. When we look at the bracelets on these watches, they are really, really heavy, and that's because they're both obviously in 18 karat gold. And they have a beautiful butterfly clasp at the bottom with that Vacheron logo really finely etched in to that gold. And it just looks, I have to say, unreal. Now, the movements on these models are exactly the same. So let's move on to the burgundy prior to us getting onto the movement, because I'm super excited about the burgundy is the one to me. It's let's talk about it. Before I go on, pining after this burgundy white gold version, if you do enjoy these videos on the Chisholm Hunter channel, if you could do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. It helps me so much more than you know. And honestly, guys, it'd be unbelievable. So thank you. This new model comes in full 18 karat white gold. It has this beautiful burgundy lacquered dial, and the way that burgundy plays and sheens in the light, oh my God, it's to die for. You know how the original overseas three-hand blue had those kind of electric flares flowing through it when you played with it in the light? It's unlike any dial I've ever seen. And I've said this in multiple videos. Well, this is the same apart from in burgundy. It's so stunning. The hour markers and hands are, you guessed it, all in 18 karat white gold, including the minutes, counter hands, the hour markers. Pretty much everything you can see in this watch is in white gold. It also has that quick release strap and has additional straps with a white rubber and a burgundy. By the way, the white rubber against the burgundy, for some reason, it wouldn't be something I normally go for, but in this, I'm telling you it works. By the way, if you guys want to get hands-on with these models, there's a really good place in Edinburgh, if you're in Scotland like me, in Edinburgh, right beside Chisholm Hunter on Frederick Street, right beside Princess Street, there's a Vacheron boutique and it's unbelievable. Stained glass windows, old Georgian building. It's a beautiful store and it allows you to get close to these models. And the team are amazing. I go in there regularly. It's unreal. Now, when you flip these watches both over, they both have open case backs, revealing that insane, beautiful movement. The movement in these watches is the caliber 1120 QP/1. This is a full perpetual calendar and it displays the day of the week, the date, 48 months display with leap year included, and also a moon phase. This model comes in at 4.05 millimeters in thickness. It comes with 276 components and it has a power reserve of 40 hours. Now, something really interesting that I saw on the 18 karat gold rotor, which is the rotor in the back of the movement, and this kind of goes to show the detail that Vacheron go into. So on previous movements, you can see that there's kind of like a gap in between some bits of the rotor, and this allows you to see into the movement. They've actually filled those gaps in full gold. Now, it's still textured, it's still highly decorated, but it's got more gold, it's got more value for money. When you put these watches side by side, you can see that they totally have different personalities. They scream in two totally different tones. I mean, the goldy dial is definitely the more understated, classy of the two, whereas the burgundy is that pimping, new, fresh feeling watch. And I definitely gravitated towards the burgundy. But on the gold, there's also fun flares, like the minute tracker on the outside. You can see that it's actually in blue. There's highlights of that light blue color that pop out wonderfully against that gold dial. A perpetual calendar is actually a really interesting movement because it's actually one of the most challenging complications for watchmakers to master. And this is because the calendar governs our lives in complex arrangements of months or in different lengths and additional day in February every 4 years, which we call a leap year. So to manufacture all that into one mechanical movement is an absolute bloody nightmare. So the fact that these guys are able to do it is just wild, and it takes years and years and years and years and years and years of experience. To me, I have to say, this is probably one of the most exciting releases from a watch brand in the last 2 years. I think that Vacheron, in my opinion, again, and I know I might get shot for this, and let me know what you think in the comments, but I think that Vacheron sits at the top of the Holy Trinity. I think it is to me, it's the aspirational brand. It's the one that I always want to get to. I think it is at the top of the top. It is, the king of the castle, so to speak. And I think that this is so exciting to bring out brilliant innovation and to combine this perfectly with style and elegance is a hard line to kind of balance. It's a hard line to kind of balance on. And I just think in these watches, especially the burgundy, they've done it brilliantly. Something that I'd absolutely love to see, and let me know what you guys think of this in the comments, is the burgundy version being brought out in stainless steel. Instead of being the 18 karat white gold, being brought out in stainless steel. I think that would open it up to some more people just because of the price, the price restraints that when it's 18 karat gold, you're getting a lot of gold, it's going to be more expensive. I'd like to see it in stainless steel. I really would. And actually, I'm going to make a prediction right now. I think that's coming. Let me know what you guys think of these two models in the comments. If you have enjoyed, please hit that subscribe button or follow our Instagram at Chisholm Hunter Watches or my Instagram at HP Lifelens or our podcast, the Into Mind Podcast, where we have guys like Corey Richards, who's Vacheron's ambassador. And I'll see you guys real soon.